button tonight, or never mind?
I did.
Friends too.
All right. Welcome to another edition of Bleach Bangs Music. Tracy McAndrews, thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me. It's awesome to be here.
No problem. I'm sorry about that long intro. That does need to be shaved a little.
That just ramps up the intensity, right?
I was going, oh, this is really long. 2 minutes really doesn't seem like a long time until you do that. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
All good.
You're like, all
Thank you
right,
for having
come
me.
on.
No problem. No problem. So we are absolutely so excited about Rockin' Pod Nashville 2025.
Yeah,
So,
we're so glad you guys are going to be a part of it. We're working just to get all the planning going. So we're excited as well.
okay, tell everybody what to expect. I mean, you guys are like professionals at this now. I mean, you've done this multiple times. You've
Yeah. we started in 2017, and this will be our 6th event. We had some, COVID years, didn't get to have it. So this is our 6th event. It's going to be April the 12th, 2025. It's going to be in Nashville, Tennessee, at the Nashville Fairgrounds. And we're super excited. We're working on guests and registering podcasts and trying to get everything in order. So we're very much looking forward to it and looking forward to having you guys there. It's going to be
that's outstanding.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited.
I'm just going to take this moment to break it to John. We are registered.
Yes.
He has no idea.
Yep, we are.
Hey, thanks for the heads up.
I wanted a real reaction out of you. but it was kind of like that. I even told Ashton, I said, you know what? It's kind of like the whole thing of burning the ships. If we have no way out of it, and if we get the tickets, get registered, we're going, baby.
That's right. You got to be ready. So now you sit back and wait, and hopefully we'll have some guest announcements here in the next while. We're still kind of far out where people still need to know what their schedule is to see if they can commit, but got a lot of feelers out there. And so, so we're excited to put it all together and have you guys be there, and it's going to be a good time.
That is really exciting. What's that, John?
Tracy, a question for you is, how are things for you going? Because you just recently took over this position that you're doing now with Rockin' Pod, correct?
No, I've been with Rockin' Pod since the beginning, since 2017. My role has grown each year. The first year I started out, I was the stage manager. I showed up the day of, and that's what I did. So my commitment was, 6 hours. So it's gone from 2017, spending 6 hours helping out, to now it's the whole shebang. So I've done stage managing, and then in 2018, we started doing scheduling of the interviews. So last year I scheduled about 270 interviews.
Oh, wow.
For that day.
Wow.
Yeah. And then in 21, we added volunteers. We have about 50 volunteers. So I also do their scheduling, which is based on the guest and podcast scheduling. So all of that. So so now my time is just even more committed, because it's a year-round thing for me now, just being involved in every aspect. So, but I'm excited to take it on. I moved to Nashville in 2017 because I wanted to be a part of putting on events. That's what my background is, as far as that's kind of my passion. So to have this opportunity to, for something that I was involved in from the beginning in 2017 to now be, taking it over and running it. Well, that was my dream. I never knew to dream, because I didn't really know that was possible. And it's music I love. This is the music I love. So to have an opportunity to be involved in an event that involves the music I love from way back when, couldn't get any better. So I'm super stoked and super grateful to Chris and Zach, our founder, to, turn it over to me. And he's still heavily involved. We had a call yesterday, he's still heavily involved, thankfully. And so it takes, all hands on deck to make it happen. We're fortunate we have lots of volunteers and just so many people that give their time and their expertise and just, want to be a part of it. So we're super grateful for that. And it takes a whole village to put this on. It's certainly not just me.
Oh, yeah. Well, that being said, anything you guys need from us, if you need anything, we're willing to put forth anything that we can. So just let us know.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate that. And as we get closer to time, we'll have a lot more info to tell. But yeah, we appreciate that. It's definitely, it's a passion for a lot of people. And so we're grateful for that. There's a great rock scene here in Nashville, musicians,
absolutely,
bands, all of that sort of thing, venues. People don't think it's country music, which it is, but in Nashville, but there's a big rock scene, and lots of rock stars live here, and lots of rock fans live here. Lots of rock musicians live here. So it's a big scene, and everybody just comes together. And this is a great weekend of, all those things: podcasting, the rock artists, the fans, all of it.
That's so cool. So can you tell us kind of what to expect? Let's just say somebody may have gotten the platinum podcast.
Somebody
Might have gotten that, and also the podcaster education track and jam. What all's involved in all of that?
Sure. So on Friday, April 11th, that's when we have the podcaster education track and the jam. So this is the first year that we're doing the education track as its own separate event. Ordinarily, it happens on Saturday, but because the podcasters are involved in their panel discussions and doing their podcast interviews, they rarely can ever attend. So we pulled this out and made it a separate event on Friday, and it's going to be at SIR in Nashville, which is kind of a famous rehearsal studio.
Oh, sweet. Nice.
Yeah. So it's really cool. That's where, all the bands who are going out on the road, that's where they go and do their tour prep and stuff. So we'll have the biggest room that they have in there. And so on that day, we'll have what we call education tracks, which is just different topics for podcasters.
I love that.
Yeah. So just different topics as far as if you're just starting out wanting to start a podcast, but you're not really sure where to start. Maybe you don't know other podcasters. Well, this is your chance to learn about those topics, meet other podcasters, or if you're someone who's had a podcast for quite a long time, we've got topics, that will interest you as well with some great speakers and that sort of thing. So we'll have probably 3 or 4 different topics that we'll talk about on those panels. And then once we finish with that, then the registered podcast will be a part of what we call the Podcaster Jam. We had this the very first year for the first couple of years, but not the last couple of years because we've not had some place to have it. But now we're in a rehearsal studio. So we have a stage. And so those who want to participate can sign up. You can sign up to sing, play bass, play drums, whatever it is. We have a great guy whose idea it was, Lee McCormick. He runs it, so he'll put it on. The podcasters will play about 10 songs or so, everybody taking a turn to get up and play. And that's how we'll end the education track and podcaster jam. And we move from there to a podcast mixer that's going to be at a restaurant, Smoking Thighs. It's just down the street, some great barbecue, so we can just, hang out and get started. And then on Saturday, as far as if you're a podcaster, that'll be the day where we have all the podcast interviews scheduled. So we'll be doing those. The expo runs from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So we'll do that, and we'll have all the panel discussions going on. We've got about 50 vendors selling all kinds of music and pop culture related things. Some guests will have a table, and they'll be with us all day. So you can go up and talk to the rock artists that are at their table. If not, we have a meet and greet table that the others come to. Panel discussions, live podcast stage. We have our local bands. We'll probably have about 20 local bands there that you can come up, meet, listen to their music, buy their merch. So just all things rock and podcasting.
This sounds so fun.
And then,
sounds amazing.
And then I should say also on Friday night, we have what we call our pre-party, which is Rare Hair. It's Tyson Leslie puts that on a couple of times a year, and he does our pre-party. And then Saturday after the expo, we have what we call our after party, and we're working on what that's going to be with some kind of show. So it's a weekend full of just shows, podcasting, rock artists, podcasters, fans. So
that's amazing.
I'm totally in with the Rare Hair thing because I've known Tyson for a lot of years. Since he was in Pomeroy days.
Yes.
I'm in Topeka, Kansas, so he used to.
Oh, yes, he's from Kansas. Yeah.
Yeah, he's from the Kansas City area, and I always see all his Rare Hair stuff posted, and I'm like, man, I want to go to one of those.
Yeah. So he'll take the guests that we have and the local musicians that are here in town, and he'll come up with songs and a show. Last year's Rare Hair, we had Bob Berryhill from the Safaris. He wrote Wipeout, the song Wipeout.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And that's how we started Rare Hair, was Bob playing Wipeout. And and we sold out Eastside Bowl. The place was packed, and that is how Rare Hair started, with Bob playing Wipeout and the people going crazy. That's how the show started. So it's a little bit of everything for everybody. So, and Bob was at the expo. He was signing albums all day long. His table always had a line. He's a super nice guy, and people were excited to meet him. So it was pretty cool. So we're looking forward to what Tyson will put together, for this Rare Hair.
This sounds really cool.
That is awesome.
I am like so giddy right now that it's just ridiculous.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
It's going to be so fun. And well, it's kind of like Nashville has been on our bucket list, and now we have a reason to be there, and we can spend the other 3 days just seeing what's in Nashville. But I am just so excited to meet everybody and find out, how long should the intro be? It's not 2 minutes on a podcast.
Well, I've been on a couple of podcasts now, and usually, I mean, it's a minute or so. So I don't think we're too far off. But I guess it's all in how you want to present it. So yeah, but there'll be plenty of other podcasters that you can go, hey man, how long's your intro? What do you?
I am just really excited about picking everybody's brain and just seeing all the different types of podcasts that are out there. A lot of them are going to be music related, I'm sure, but a lot of them won't be. So I just want to keep progressing and us getting better,
that's the key. Like you'll have, people that we have podcasters that come every year. We call them the OGs. They're the people that have been there since the beginning, and they come every year. And then we have ones that have come for the past 2 or 3 years and kind of come into the fold. So you see old friends and you see new faces, and, podcasters will ask me, can I sit by so-and-so? They're friends. They want to sit by each other. For me, it's a very summer camp feel. Like that weekend is like going away to summer camp, and you see all your friends that you only see on that weekend, right? You might talk to them throughout the year. You may, have Zooms with them or whatever, but this is your chance to like be in a cool city, doing cool music stuff, doing your podcast and doing it with your podcast friends, people that you only get to see when you come for the Rock and Pod weekend. So it's very much a summer camp vibe.
I love that. I'm so ready to start, just networking, and that seems like something that's going to be great. Ashton's really into a lot of the background things on, running different, what can I do to make this more exciting and do this, and so. I think this is just going to be absolutely great, being able to pick people's brains and just have somebody go, 2 minutes is too long, sir. Don't do that.
Well, if there are topics that you are interested in knowing about, we're coming up with the topics and getting the speakers to speak on the different topics. So if you have some things that you're like, I wish somebody would, I wish I could talk to somebody a little more in depth, or hear someone who really works in this particular part. Shoot me some ideas, because we're definitely coming up with the ideas and finding the speakers who are the most knowledgeable on these topics. We've talked about AI, and now how and podcasts where it's moving maybe away from just audio and moving more into video. More what is the trend? What are people doing? So we'll have people come in to speak on that who are out there watching the trends. Seeing what's going on, and you'll have an opportunity to ask questions about it, talk to the speakers once it's over, so hopefully you walk away with a lot of information from, speakers who are experts in the field, and then just your other podcasters, like, well, what do you do? That sort of thing. So Chris has always been very passionate about having the education track. And this year we're really trying to showcase it and have it be its own event on Friday, and really give you guys a chance to come and be a part of it and learn and take some of that with you when you go, in addition to the fun, some good knowledge, some good, helpful, valuable stuff that you're like, I'm actually going to implement this when I get back home.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what I was looking for. And just having we had you guys on last year, was really excited about it. And then me and my wife had talked about it, and me and John have talked about it. It's like, we have got to start doing this. This would be great. So I am so excited, so happy that we're definitely going to be down there in April.
Good. And we plan to have some events on Sunday as well. We're still working on those. We normally have like an acoustic type performance, a few other things, that sort of thing. So make sure that your plans include staying on Sunday as well. because we'll be working on having some cool stuff to do on Sunday. So I hope you can stay, and even if you can stay into Monday or Tuesday, just to like check out Nashville. You know?
That's kind of what my plan is. We're just
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make this a vacation, and
You should. We are right outside of downtown, so there's all
and I was kind of looking at places to stay already, and everything is the fairgrounds. A lot of it's going to be at the fairgrounds, correct?
Yeah, the expo is at the fairgrounds, but our goal is to have everything within the footprints of the fairgrounds. SIR is maybe 2 miles from there. Smoke and Dives is maybe a mile from SIR.
Okay.
So we're trying to keep everything, in that footprint so that when you're staying close by, Uber rides, things like that are not going to be extensive. Our hotel is the Holiday Inn on West End. I don't know if you saw that on the website. So we have a block of rooms there. If you go to our website and click under hotels, there's a link there. So we have a block of rooms. So if you want to, stay there, a lot of the podcasters and the ticket buyers will probably be staying there. It's right across the street from Centennial Park. And there's a lot going on West End as well. So check that out. About staying there as well. If you click on the hotel link on the website, it'll give you where you go to be in the group of the group of rooms, the block of rooms that we have. So
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so it's not very far. So
see if I can pull up your website and see what we got here.
Little fancy stuff.
Hey, look at us.
Awesome.
So here we are.
There's the countdown.
Yeah.
And also this little promo video only lasts 15 seconds, but it gives you a really good feel for what it is. Like people say, what is it? Podcast, music, what? I don't understand. But if you watch that 15-second clip, you'll see.
Shall we look at it?
Let's do it, Randy.
Yeah. I just encourage people. Yeah, Chris put this together.
In 2017, we had an idea. Bring together music podcasts, fans, artists, and vendors to celebrate all things rock. And we did. Again, and again, and again, and again. In 2025, the tradition continues in Nashville. Join us April 11th through the 13th, 2025 for Rockin' Pod Weekend. Full details, tickets, VIP, and podcast registration available now at rockinpod.com.
I feel like that's a pretty good visual that sums up what the weekend is. You see the rock stars,
absolutely,
you see the bands,
absolutely.
You see the podcasters. Oh, okay. The panel discussions were also in part of those clips. So that's what you get.
This is so exciting. Here is all the different things that you can buy and be involved in.
The difference between the platinum and the gold is that the platinum includes interviews and the gold does not, because we have a couple of podcasts that come every year and they don't do interviews, but they just want to come and be a part of it because they're friends with the other podcasters.
Okay.
So if you're like, I don't do interviews, but my podcast is about music and I want to be involved, you can come and still be there, and you don't have to request any interviews. You can just, you have a table, you'll be with all the other podcasters and you're involved in everything. We just have people who they don't do interviews, but they still want to
totally get it.
Literally every year since 2017. So if interviews are not your thing, but you're into music and this is, something you're interested in, you can still be a part of it.
Absolutely. Yep.
And we're looking for sponsors. So if you know anyone who wants to sponsor a very cool event, email me at that email address and we'll hook you up. That's the sponsorship kit we have there. So yeah, we're looking for sponsors as well.
Cool.
So
really cool.
Hit us up for that. So yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's lots of information. Please go to rockinpod.com. Check it out. So much information.
And if you want to buy a ticket to come and join us, there's a link for that as well. You can buy a ticket to get you in the door and you can see all our cool vendors, see our panel discussions, go to the tables and meet the rock artists, watch your favorite podcast, do podcast interviews, all the things. And come to the Rare Hair Show. Come to whatever we plan for Saturday night. We're still planning that. So you can get tickets for the whole weekend, and we have VIP tickets as well. That gives you a swag bag and access, some other access. So check that out if you're interested in just buying a ticket and coming and being a part of it. It's going to be a good time.
Heck yeah. So anybody anywhere close to Nashville or wants to take a vacation to Nashville around April 11th through the 13th, check out Rockin' Pod, because we've got so many friends and so many people in the music and not so much in podcasting, which hopefully this will change it.
Oh, this is going to change. You're going to walk away with a bunch of new pals. I can already tell.
I love it.
Everybody is super friendly, super supportive. You know, it's a family. It's summer camp. It's all the things, you know. So just come for a good time and learn and meet some rock artists and meet some fans and have a good time.
Very well organized.
I'm still kind of taken back by the fact that Randy didn't tell me until we got on here tonight.
He just texted me one day and said, "Hey, would this be cool?" I'm like, "That would be awesome." He's like, "Okay, tickets are bought." I'm like,
"We're going."
Okay.
Yep. See, that's what I'm saying. There's no way out. Now we have to do is think about what else we're going to do. You know, where are we going to stay?
Yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Need any suggestions? But I found that, you know, when it comes to shows and things like that, when it doesn't make any sense and people go, well, why are you going there? Why are you doing that? That's when you have the most fun and you think, I almost didn't do it because, well, it didn't seem practical or proper. And then you think, it's the best time ever. I just spontaneously did it, or I just knee-jerk did it, you know?
Yeah.
So you're in, and I love it already.
I love it because, like I said, me and my wife had talked about it. She's a concert photographer with us as well. And she's involved in a lot of the music things that are happening. Actually, she goes to way more shows than I do. She just got done at Rocklahoma this weekend. And she's a photographer for the Rocklahoma book, which is kind of like a yearbook of Rocklahoma. So she just got back from that, and she's very into this type of thing as well. So
there are lots of opportunities for sure. So there'll be all kinds of shows going on, depending on what kind of music you like and what you're into. I mean, there's just a little bit of everything here. That's why I love living here. There's always opportunities for live music. And again, the rock scene here is awesome. The people are great, you know, so it's a good time. It's all the things. So yeah, you're in for a treat and for an awesome vacation. Make sure you rest before you come, and you make sure you plan plenty of days to be here and just immerse yourself. And I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Before I wanted to be an event planner, I wanted to be a travel agent. So that was not, when I was graduating from high school, I said I either want to be a travel agent or a legal secretary. Ended up being a legal secretary, which was a good thing because this was before the internet, and I probably would have made it very far as a travel agent. But I still have a passion for planning travel as well. So you hit me up if you have any questions, anything that you want to know about Nashville. I'm happy to help.
I love it. Thank you so much, and I'm even more excited.
Well, maybe I could circle back with you as we get closer and we have more guests and more to talk about, and we'll touch base again as we get closer, and maybe we'll have some guests and more details to plan and pass out. So yeah, stay tuned. Check out the website, and we'll be posting all the updates there. And get your tickets and register for your podcast and come hang out with us.
Well, we will be there. And again, if there is anything you need from us, please let us know. We'll do whatever we can to help you out, even if it's just spreading the word.
Well, I was going to say, spreading the word and having me on is a great help. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to talk about it, and looking forward to having you and looking forward to keeping on planning. So thank you so much. It's great to meet you guys.
Thank you.
All right. See ya.
Bye-bye. That's what I'm talking about right there. Any thoughts,
I'm more
John?
ready than I was.
I just don't even know right now.
I just thought of this, of course, 2 seconds too late. I wonder if they have photo passes.
I don't know. I was kind of wondering as well, but
Of course, as soon as she logs off, I think of that. I'm sure we have her contact info though.
Yeah, and very responsive, very responsive. Anytime I had a question, boom, email right back. So great people to correspond with.
Hey, Randy.
They're not gonna, yes, sir.
You wanna bring in our next guest?
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's
absolutely.
nothing down there.
Oh, what? What?
Yeah, there's nothing down there, man. See, there's nothing there.
Well, they were popping up, and like there was two, and one disappeared. And
Oh, there was nothing, and then there was no one. I don't know what you're talking about, John.
I don't know.
Literally nothing, and there was no one.
What is happening?
Oh, if only people knew what I was talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I saw.
Other people watching people that don't see the
Well, we do have nothing, which is actually Charles. Nothing is going to be Charles. Hey, Charles, what's going on?
What's up, man?
Just having the time of our life.
Oh yeah. How you guys doing? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep, I hear you perfectly.
Oh,
I
so
love it.
you guys look absolutely amazing. That's what I told these guys. I was like, they popped on, and I was like, now I'm like so excited. They look great.
I feel very underdressed now, but you know.
I know. I'm sitting here in a Jayhawk shirt, and I'm like, I need to go put a suit on.
So
but business.
I'll kind of introduce ourselves a little bit. My name is Randy, and I'm in Oklahoma City.
I'm Ashton. I'm also out here in Oklahoma City.
And I am John. I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
What's up, fellas?
And you guys are all over the map as well, aren't you?
Yeah. So I'm nothing. Charles as well. You can call me. I'm out in California.
Okay.
I'm Joe or no one. I'm no one. I'm on the nature coast of Florida now. I was in Los Angeles, but I'm on the nature coast of Florida, north of Tampa.
Okay. Cool.
Big jump.
Heck yeah.
His address is. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Clip that. And now he's going back over to the West Coast.
So I've been watching you guys for a while, man. You guys are like tearing up my social media feed, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. You guys are all over it, and I'm enjoying the shit out of it. You guys have been doing really well at promoting everything that you guys have going on. Speaking of, your latest song, Burn, it's just absolutely amazing. And so how did you guys come together? You're like, I keep telling everybody, they're like a super group, you know? So, but how did you guys all come together?
Charles and I met in a band called Loser with John Five, who's the guitar player in Motley Crue now. Back in the 2000s, mid 2000s, I came to Los Angeles to do a new band with John Five called Loser, and we picked up Charles at a Perfect Circle show. Actually, going there to talk to some other people that were in the band at the time, and we ran into this guy. And then next thing he was at the house, and John was showing him how to play the bass parts and stuff, and it was really it was a long growing experience. And through the years, we stuck together, and we'd go off and do our separate things, but we always come back together and we'd write. We started recording with Pro Tools in around 2011, and we'd come together and write groups of songs over a period of time, and then we'd go off in our separate directions and do our bands, and come back a few years later and do more. And so that started developing over. I'd say started picking up steam in the around 2020, 2021, where we really started to get focused. And then lo and behold, as we came into 2023, 2024, we were ready to bring things together. And We brought Pat aboard from Red Sun Rising and Violent, and it's been wonderful. I mean, it's been a beautiful experience. And I want Charles to elaborate as well, because he'll give you his perspective.
Yeah. So as far as Pat goes, I was on tour. I used to play guitar in Gemini Syndrome, and we were on tour together with Red Sun Rising and Seven Dust at the time. And I saw that dude just he would set up his own drums. He'd be polishing his cymbals and like changing all of his drum heads. And like, you could tell like he was like a serious, like legit drummer, you know, like a lot of guys on stage and like, or on tour and like, you know, they're about other things. I don't know, you know, but like you could tell like he's like a drummer's drummer. And I was like, I'm going to remember that. I'm going to keep that in my memory banks there stored. And I know I'm going to come back to this guy. And that's exactly what happened once we had enough songs. You know, like Joe was saying, like we just were recording, getting better and better and better, recording our own material without anybody else involved, just the two of us. And then it was time for like, I'm like, we need to get a drummer to track drums. I'm like, I know the guy. So we called up Pat. One thing led to another. And eventually we were like, hey, Pat, do you want to like do this as a real project with us? And he was like, yeah.
Yeah, and I always thought I knew what the drummer would be as this thing was developing. But when Pat came into the picture, it was like everything went out the fucking door. It was like Pat. I mean, the guy he's like Danny Carey, but more, and he's like Matt Cameron from Soundgarden, that kind of vibe, you know, but just power. It's awesome. I love it.
Nice. Even better than you had expected. That's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, he does stuff. He'll do stuff on there that I'm just like, God damn.
Blows our mind.
Yeah.
We do the session live on Zoom. Pat has a studio in Nashville where he lives. Charles has his studio in Los Angeles, and I have my studio here. And so we do everything on, you know, when we do the drum tracks and stuff, we'll do it on Zoom. And Charles and I are just getting our fucking minds blown the whole time. We're just sitting
We'll be tracking drums. I'm taking notes. I'm like, take 2, keep the entire first half of the song. I'm like, take 3. And so that way, when I'm editing his drum parts down, I'm just like, I know that. I'm like, take 3. I'm taking that bridge section. That was awesome. And then we always have him do a take. I'm just like, okay, now, like, if you were going to play like completely over the top, what would you do? And then he does amazing things.
So Pat's in Nashville?
Yeah.
He is.
All right, cool. Did you guys catch a little bit of the people we were talking to before? It's Rockin' Pod Nashville that's going to be going on in Nashville in April. So that may be something that he would like to show up to and check out, because it sounds like it's going to be a good time.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
We'll let him know.
Yeah.
Hey, Randy, I think Randy or Ashton, somebody's probably got a little burn queued up, and we could get a little clip played.
I do, as a matter of fact. So, inside the Trojan Horse, burn. Ah, yes. That is awesome. So if anybody that is watching us live right now, if you guys have any questions, comments, or anything for the band, just shoot them to us, and we'll be able to
Relay.
ask the band. Yeah, see what we got going on. Yeah, let's hear it. But yeah, oh well, yeah. We got some folks up in there, yeah.
A whole bunch.
Heck yeah, that's the good stuff. So tell us about what's happening the 13th. What's going on?
We're dropping our next single, Savior, the video, in the collection, the first collection, the EP as a whole. Savior is number 2, and we're really, really excited about it. It's a great, great song. Every song's come out so naturally in this band. It's you know, there's been some rubbing and tugging, obviously, and some grinding and finding, but we've fucking each song finds its groove relatively with a nice, almost effortless hum. I'm not going to say completely effortless because I'd be a liar. Grind their way into perfection, or they slide their way in. And I'm really excited about the songs as they're unfolding, because it's crazy to have so many that it's still to come. As they come out, it's really
that's exciting. Yeah, yeah. Todd Jara says, "I know that voice."
Todd, many times, many hours together in Jive. Oh yes, we've spent some time together. I was the drum tech stage manager. Todd handled all my stuff on stage with Jive for many years. Great guy.
Really cool. Yeah, he's probably heard your voice a couple of times.
He knows my voice.
Just here and there.
Can't lie to that man. Come on now.
How did you guys decide on the look that you have going on to take the stage with?
It was Charles's idea, actually. He's the one that fucking suckered me into this whole facade. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm actually glad he did, because I'll make an anecdote. I was weird about it, and because we grow up with our identities and we build them our whole lives. And when you have to actually strip it down into nothingness, when you kill your ego and you kill everything, it's quite a commitment. So basically what happened was we shot a couple of videos, the first 2 videos, and then we got to the third video and we donned these masks as almost like a mob, kind of like a Clockwork Orange or some kind of mob.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when I put the mask on, we were performing actually in this old busted out, burnt out, abandoned mall, all wet with dead bats and just everything. It looked so fucking good. It's a health risk, but it looked amazing. And,
Priorities.
as soon as I pulled the mask down, something fucking changed. And I've performed now, thousands of shows, as the singer of rock bands, and it's I've never experienced anything like it. It changed something, and it's exciting because you all get caught in ruts, and it's nice to be able to put on a fucking superhero mask and be an antithesis of a superhero, kind of erase your fucking identity for a minute. It's quite exhilarating, actually, to for a lack of a better word.
You can be whoever you want at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So Jenny has a question for you. How come Pat doesn't have a face covering?
That's a good question, and I'll answer it for you. As Joe was just saying, we were shooting the music videos, and we had gotten to the third one, and that was the one that we had planned on doing the video, doing the masks. So we had to basically go back and reshoot a lot of stuff, and so unfortunately, the first 2 videos, me and Pat aren't wearing the masks.
Yeah, we went back and shot at the locations. We didn't have the availability of everybody here after we had made the decision. Pat was already out on his way back to it because he does a lot of other gigs as well. He's a session musician, really well, does really well. And so we had to make the decision, and then we booked the locations and went back and just shot them. I shot myself with the mask, and we felt it was important to have a transitory time to bring everybody into the cult slowly. You know what I'm saying? So I went ahead and I drank the Kool-Aid first. I took the one for the team. And then now Charles, in the next video, the third single, How They Run, when that drops next month, they'll be fully indoctrinated into our cult. And this is the antithesis cult, not the cult that's going on and sucking the life out of everything we know. This is the other cult. It's actually all. It's just fucking effortless, egoless movement forward. I think I kind of like it.
I love it. That makes sense. That makes sense. Very good question. This is so cool. So Tom says, "You're gonna pass out on stage in Texas with that mask on, yo."
Oh God, we're totally Tom. We have talked about that quite a bit, Tom. There's another. We are gonna have to have 23 masks for Joe every 3 months.
I don't even know what I'm gonna do, guys. I'll tell you what. It's everything in life should be a challenge, I suppose, because that's what it's been, grinding and finding. But I like it. It's still exciting. So let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. It's also exciting too, like to play guitar. Like I can't really see anything, So like playing, it's like learning the instrument in a completely new way, like no looking anymore.
I never even thought of that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I didn't either. That'd be crazy.
No
So,
peripherals, no nothing.
No, I mean, like I can kind of see, like I can see lights on my screen right now, but I can't make out anything. Because like I can see the guitar neck, you know what I mean? I can see some of the dots, but like I really can't see them. So it's interesting. A buddy of mine once told me, actually, Meeks, he plays in Cold Chamber. A long time ago, I remember him.
Okay.
He's like the trick of playing live. He's like, you got to practice with your eyes closed. So when you're on stage, you never look at the guitar. I was like, what are you talking about? And it's funny, like that's all I think about now when I'm wearing the mask. I'm like, God damn, Meeks is right.
Got the blinders on.
So how did you guys come up with the name Inside the Trojan Horse?
Well, that's interesting. It was kind of an idea of like of two things kind of together at once. It's like being an infection or like a disease, like a Trojan horse, like a computer virus.
Okay, yeah.
Also, like in the classical sense of like what's inside of a Trojan horse is an army, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought that was just like a very powerful idea, and I brought it up to Joe, and Joe was like, yeah, that's I love that,
That's awesome. I was thinking you don't know what's inside until it exposes itself. I was like, I wonder kind of where this came from, but in my mind, that's where I went. It's kind of like you don't know what you got until boom, here we are.
Yeah, I love it. It's cool.
It's a very timely reflection of where we live today in the matrix, if you will, or whatever you perceive it to be in your mindset and your perception.
Absolutely.
Like
absolutely.
Get deep in it.
Yeah. It's the more I think about it, the more things come to me, and I once the name was solidified, we were messing around with logos, ideas, and we were able to come up with an idea that was just really cool. We think is really stands out, really bold. I was thinking like something that is instantly like cool and classic, like like your 9 Inch Nails logo, for example.
Mm-hmm.
When you see that, you know exactly what it is, even if it's like chopped off a little bit on the top, and like peeled. Like they've always done stuff like that, and I always thought that was a cool thing. It's just like boom,
Yeah, I love your guys' logo too. It's absolutely, I love that logo.
Yeah, and you've got your upside down cross, you've got your regular cross. You're dealing with the duality of man. There's so many things that it's representing as well, and it's just, I'm really pleased with the way that came out.
Yeah, I really dig it. So, what made you guys go with the EP style instead of an album, releasing a full album at one time?
Probably because the music has come out in phases with us, and we're releasing it in phases. And actually, this represents a really good collection of the newer stuff that we've written. We still have a lot of stuff that we wrote in the earlier days that it's equally as good, but it's definitely has its own kind of sound and collection. So the way we're doing it now is this collection comes out, the next collection will be more of the newer stuff, and we'll start releasing some of the back stuff as well as B-sides and rarity collection.
Okay.
Yeah. At this point, there's literally so many songs that we have, but yeah, like he's saying, there's this collection they go together, if that makes sense, for lack of a better. And we're transitioning right now into actually something even heavier and more progressive. So the next batch of songs will be even longer, even heavier, even So that's where we're at.
Makes sense. Yeah. Do you guys have any plans on touring?
We're considering that's something we have to develop this, get our sound out, get our vibe out, construct our living situation, and see how it expands. But yeah, we're talking about some rehearsals later this year to start getting in that mindset.
Okay.
Yeah. We need to get these songs out there so people can be a little bit familiar with something as well,
Mm-hmm.
So,
And for anybody that's looking for your stuff, where's the best place for them to find all things inside the Trojan Horse?
Everywhere, really. You can. Our link tree has everything, which is ITTH_band. Is it underscore band or is it ITTH band on link tree? I think it's underscore band.
Yeah, go to our Instagram page, Spotify. You can YouTube. It's out there everywhere.
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X, everything.
I'm telling you, they're out there. They're all up in my feed. There we go. Yeah, I love that logo.
It is a freaking sweet logo.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
What kind of merch they got there, Ashton?
We got some shirts. We got some stickers for y'all. Y'all get up in there and you can buy some. You can stick them on things.
I like stickers. I put them all over everything.
You can put that shirt on. You can wear it. You can give it to your girlfriend. You know what? She'll sleep in it.
Hell yeah.
Sick website, too.
Cool, man.
That's really cool. And Savior comes out the 13th. Make sure. Well, where are you going to release that? Is it just going to be on all the music platforms, or are you going to be releasing it with a broadcast or a publication or anything like that?
The videos will drop with our good friends Johnny over at iMusic Magazine. I've been working with Johnny, known him for many years. He's always been supportive. And so we're doing this one with Johnny, and it'll be on iMusic Magazine, and we'll be sharing those links out as we get closer. We're only 8 9 days away, so excited to get number 2 so we can get to number 3 and the 4 and the 5. So here we go.
Yeah.
All right. I love it. Yeah, it looks like we've got the links to the link tree in there in the comments. So everybody hit them up, check them out, buy some stickers to stick on some shit.
Stick on some stuff.
That'd be a menace. With those stickers. They're going everywhere.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you guys so much, and thanks for joining us so soon. Earlier, I was like, "Oh shit!
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. It's all good, man. I was like, it got me on my game. I'm like, shit! I better get up there.
Good morning.
Remember, I can't see shit, so I didn't know what time it was. I thought it was time for me to go.
That's hilarious.
It feels right.
I'm trying to log in. I'm like, how do you press that button? Damn it.
Yeah, you just sent me the this picture of the background, and I was just trying to upload it to the background, and then I hear this. Boop. I'm like, oh shit. And then worse off, you couldn't hear a word I was saying.
Oh, I was like, great, it's broken.
No, it was totally me. My headphones had linked to my computer, and my headphones were upstairs, so
Yep.
there was no mic.
That whole thing that happens, yeah, when you're on the old Zoom web calls, as it were. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And as always, go to the band's websites, go buy their merch. That's the best way to support them and make sure that they get to be where they want to be.
Out to you.
Yes, right.
And thank you, Randy. We've been working together for many years as well. You've been really
Absolutely. Yeah, I absolutely adore you, man.
Thank you. I adore you as well, my friend. We've had many great long conversations.
I'm sure we're going to have more. You guys just need to make it to Oklahoma.
Definitely, for sure.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Hey, we do have a question for Charles that just popped up. I think it came
okay.
I was gonna say, yeah. Hang on, one more. So, what's Charles' favorite overdrive and distortion to use?
Oh shit, that's a really good question.
That actually is the
okay.
good one.
So if we're talking like actual pedals, the Maxon overdrive, the green Maxon overdrive, if you're using that in front of a tube amp, if you're using a modeler like the Axe-Fx, I like the TR-808, I believe is what it is, overdrive pedal inside of the Axe-Fx, which is what I play now. I play an Axe-Fx, so don't hate. But yeah, those are my two favorites as far as digital and real pedal goes.
Oh yeah.
Very cool. I didn't understand any of that.
Sorry,
Well,
yeah, you got me in my element. Like I'm like when it comes to cars and gear and
It sounded good.
Time to
Though.
nerd out. Let's go.
you guys want to
I
talk
feel
about
that.
tubes? Let's talk about some tubes.
Never go wrong with the tubes. Come on now.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Until you break one, then you're kind of pissed off. But
You better be careful. There's a couch back there.
I know. I've got. We have 2 different live streams going here, so.
How funny. How funny. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. And I cannot wait for the 13th. And I cannot wait to hear this new song that you've got, Savior. And I'm gonna follow everything you've got, and I'm gonna push for you to come to Oklahoma. I don't really care if you go to Kansas.
Funny story. Mine and Joe's first show ever, like our major first show that we ever did when we were in our first band in mid-2000s with that band Loser, was at the Coca-Cola Event Center in Oklahoma City.
There you go.
With Stain. We were on tour with Stain and Theory of a Dead Man. I remember it. And I remember I was so fucking nervous. My first show.
It was a big room, man. It was full.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool place.
Yep.
It really is a pretty cool place.
Yeah, my father made it out, and I remember seeing all the way across. He was all on the front of the house, up on a riser by the front of the house. And I could barely see him, and I was like, oh, he was all like into it. I was like, damn, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And that place is still around?
I don't think it is. I think it's something else now. I don't even think it's a music venue anymore.
Oh, bummer.
yeah,
that place
is
was
still
cool.
there, but
Yeah, it was
There
cool.
was- There was a lot of years ago that I got to see Gemini Syndrome in a place called the Aftershock in Kansas City. Also, that place is no longer there either.
Wait, what year was that?
I don't recall.
I played at Aftershock with Gemini Syndrome.
I don't know what year it was. It's been a lot of years back, and I don't remember. Who
Yeah,
else
I think it was like 2016 or 17. I think we Stitched Up Heart, and
Oh, they're awesome too.
yeah, I forget. That was a long time ago, but yeah, definitely. I remember that place. I remember being in Kansas, and I remember it being humid, and I remember the stage being wet and like slipping around up there. There's a lot of shit in here.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
as well.
Thank you guys so much. And anything you guys need, hit us up, email me, hit me in the messenger. Just anything you guys want us to get out there for you, or anything we can do for you. We'd love to have you back on again, especially if you have a tour announcement to Oklahoma.
or anywhere.
Yeah, we'll get out there. We were literally just talking about it like 2 days ago. We were having a serious conversation about what we want to do for shows and how we want to approach that. Because a little bit about the band is we're not signed to a label. We do everything ourselves. We shoot all of our music videos. We record and write and produce all of our own music. So it's all just us, just doing everything ourselves, DIY. So we're gonna get out there. We're gonna book our shows. We gotta build it, from the ground up. We got to book shows. We're going to get out there and beat that pavement, and we're going to get in front of y'all's faces.
I love it. Love it.
We don't want to do the whole label thing. We just want to be like, hey, let's just do this ourselves.
Yeah. Freedom.
The middleman.
Yeah.
First time to be free. Come on.
Yeah, baby. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a great evening.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
guys.
Oh, how much fun was that?
Anyways,
Yeah.
you know what that really reminded me of is because they were all wearing masks to hide their identity. Like Kiss used to do that back in the day.
You knew you were going to say that, and you didn't even have your finger on the button. There you go.
I had to do a little clicky for it.
I just had to squeak that in.
My God.
That's so
Of
cool.
course.
Yeah, that was awesome, you guys.
Yeah.
It's,
I
how
like
about you
that.
play us out?
All righty, let's get us a little outro going on.
We bang your ugly friends too.
Got to click it.